I had barely stepped out of the taxi when I saw them standing on my porch. My father and my older brother. They weren't surprised to see me. They were waiting, like they'd rehearsed this moment. My sea bag was still slung over my shoulder. My boots were dusty from Okinawa. I hadn't even taken 3 steps toward the house when my father spoke. "You're homeless now." Just like that. No hello. No welcome home. No we missed you. Just a sentence that hit harder than anything I'd felt overseas. I froze. "What are you talking about?" I asked. My brother snorted into his beer. "We sold your house, sis. Try to keep up." They laughed. Actually laughed. My father pointed lazily toward the front door like this was some kind of joke. "Your brother needed help. Family sacrifices for family. You weren't here. You didn't need the place." Then he added the part that told me exactly how little they thought of me. "You Marines bounce around anyway. What difference does a house make?" I should have exploded. I should have screamed. I should have lost control. But instead, I smiled. Slow. Calm. Steady. My father frowned. "What's so funny?" And I said, "The house you sold was actually—" I stopped. I didn't need to finish the sentence. Because they didn't know what I knew. They thought I was calm because I was weak. They had no idea I was calm because I was already 10 steps ahead. Marines don't come home hoping for the best. We come home prepared for the worst. "When did you sell it?" I asked. 3 weeks ago, my father said. "It was the right thing to do." "And you didn't think to call me?" He scoffed. "You were overseas. Busy." I turned to my brother. "Did you know? Did you watch him sign away my home?" He shrugged, completely unbothered. "Dad said it was fine." "It's just a house, Maria. You can buy another one." That's when something inside me shifted. Not broke. Shifted. I saw them clearly for the first time. My father wasn't helping my brother because he was kind. He was helping him because he needed someone to need him. And they took from me because they assumed I was strong enough to lose it. That's the curse of being the strong one. People think you don't feel the knife when they twist it. Then the front door opened. A woman stepped out. Blonde hair, sweatpants, coffee mug in her hand. "Who are you?" I asked. She smiled politely. "I'm Emily, the buyer. I just moved in." That's when it hit. The house wasn't just listed, it was sold, closed, final. My father winced. My brother stopped smiling, but I stayed calm. Congratulations, I said to her. Did they tell you everything? She hesitated. Everything. I turned back to my father and brother. Their faces drained of color. Then I looked at her again. Did they tell you? I said slowly. That the house you bought was never legally theirs to sell? Silence. My father's voice cracked. Maria, don't. But I was done protecting them. This house was purchased with a VA-backed loan, I said. My name is the only one on it. Emily frowned. But they showed paperwork. I'm sure they did, I replied. But paperwork only tells one side of the story. I looked at my father. Selling federally protected property without the owner present. While they're deployed overseas, without proper authorization, that's not a family issue. That's a federal offense. Emily's hand went to her chest. Are you saying the sale is invalid? I'm saying, I replied. You were lied to. My father stepped forward, panicked. We're family. Don't do this. That didn't stop you, I said quietly. Family didn't matter when you needed fast cash. It was for your brother, he shouted. And what about me? I asked. When did I stop being your child? He had no answer. I turned to Emily. You need a lawyer. I turned to Emily. You need a lawyer. You need to stop speaking to them immediately. She nodded, shaken. My father pointed at me, furious. You're ruining everything. I shook my head. No. You ruined everything when you treated my service like an opportunity instead of a sacrifice. I didn't go back inside that night. I went to the sheriff because I already knew where this was going. 2 months earlier, while I was still in Okinawa, I'd been notified of irregular activity tied to my property. I didn't confront them then. I gathered evidence. I called JAG. I documented everything. They didn't just betray me. They committed a crime. The next morning, the sheriff arrived. So did Emily's attorney. There was no shouting, just quiet truth. The sale was officially declared invalid. Emily was reimbursed in full. My brother was charged with fraud and conspiracy. My father gave a full statement. He didn't fight it. When he looked at me, he looked smaller than I'd ever seen him. I never meant for it to come to this, he said. I know, I replied. But you brought us here. Months later, I stood in the living room again, alone, quiet. I placed my hand on the wall and whispered, I'm home. Not because the house was safe, but because I was. If there's anything I want you to take from this, it's this. Family can fail you. Blood does not guarantee loyalty. But you do not lose your worth just because someone else chose you last. Being strong doesn't mean you don't hurt. It means you survive it. And sometimes, you come back stronger than anyone ever expected. If this story reached you, if you've ever been the strong one who is expected to carry everything alone, know this: you're not weak for feeling it. You're human, and you're still standing. Thank you for listening. If stories like this matter to you, real stories about strength, betrayal, and rebuilding, please take a moment to subscribe. Your support helps these stories reach the people who need them most. And if this reminded you of your own journey, you're not alone. I'll see you in the next story.